Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading, and today's reading is called Spirit is Not Too Impressed with Their Behavior. Boo hiss, okay? We are going to go ahead and get into the piles, and we will be doing initials after each pile as well in order to verify your reading, and the timestamps will be in the description box below. Pile number 1 is represented by the letter F and the animal flamingo. Pile number 2 is represented by the L and the lion. And pile number 3 is represented by the O and the owl. So we're going to go ahead and put the other piles aside and start with pile number 1. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, details for how to book one are below. And also, if you'd like a natal chart reading with me, details for how to request one are below. And if you're wanting to gift a tarot reading or natal chart reading to somebody, that's a really cool gift to get someone. And my email's in the description box below if you want to ask me about that, if you're wanting to gift a reading to a friend. So let's go ahead and get into it, everybody. Let's do it. Okay, ready, set, go. Kind of settle in. Excuse me while I get my chair ready here, everybody. I'm gonna ring the bell. Let's go ahead and do it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the flamingo, and today's reading is called Spirit is Not Too Impressed with These People or this person's behavior. Boo hiss. So we are going to go ahead and get into it. Stick around for the end of your reading. We will be doing initials at the end of the reading to verify your reading. Thank you so much. Pile number 1, let's go ahead and get into the dirty details, my friends. Let's go ahead and do it. I don't know why the song Amazing Grace just popped into my head. Maybe somebody has the name Grace, or you know someone with that name, but that song Amazing Grace just popped into my head. So alrighty then, let's go ahead for pile number 1 and see. Let's go ahead and see. Spirit is not, I don't know, it's like a church choir in my head these days. Pile number 1, maybe some of you were in a church choir, or you have family members that are in a church choir, but I'm getting something about that. So let's go ahead, pile number 1. Spirit is not too impressed with their behavior. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see here for pile number 1, please. What does Spirit want pile number 1 to know about this? There we go. Gotta wait for those cards to click in, if you know what I'm saying. Pile number 1, we have the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And let's go ahead and start with your oracle cards. So perhaps something about the way that this person talks to you. Perhaps they can be insulting when it comes to insulting other people's intelligence, or being know-it-alls, or they never let you speak, or they talk over you. But already we're seeing a theme of communication coming up with the Ace of Swords. Let's go ahead and take a look. We have archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up for you. Pile number 1. We have the money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Okay, now we have here compulsive behavior. Identify internal feelings. What is controlling the moment, or what are you looking to control or feel for the moment? Okay, so compulsive behaviors, somebody in your life with compulsive behaviors that may be making things more difficult for you, and maybe perhaps you tried to talk to someone. I'm also getting something about shopping, or somebody who has a compulsive behavior with money or shopping, and perhaps maybe trying to have a conversation about that. Perhaps maybe you have an issue with that, pile number 1, but the way that this person spoke to you about it was really mean, or really off, or, you know, made you feel really bad. But we're going to see what else we have going on here. We've got, if you were able to believe in Santa and the Tooth Fairy, you can definitely believe in yourself. Pile number 1, absolutely. If you were able to believe in the tooth fairy or Santa growing up, you can definitely believe in yourself. And maybe you're like, well, I didn't believe in that. And I get it if you didn't, okay? But I also feel you guys want to be respected for your mind and your ideas and your thoughts. And yeah, so let's go ahead and see here. We've got reject. Dismissing opinions too quickly can lead to neglecting important information. Okay, so again, somebody dismissing your opinion too quickly and not hearing what you're telling them. By taking time, the truth will become apparent and you will view the situation in a different light. And sometimes people just don't want to hear it. Pile number one, sometimes they just really don't want to hear it. And sometimes we have to believe in ourselves, and we can't wait for another person to say those magic words to us because they're just not going to do it, you know? And perhaps there is somebody in your life who just doesn't really respect your opinions or feels like they reject all your ideas, or you try to bring something to the table. You try to bring new ideas, new opportunities, new possibilities, and you just feel like this person is continually shutting you down, or they don't think that you have any credibility for some reason, or they're rejecting your thoughts and your ideas. That's not good. We have closed off, guarded, and resistance. Yeah, so you're trying to talk to somebody, and there's a male here, but you're trying to talk to somebody about your plans, your future, your path, the things that you're wanting to do, and this person just isn't. You're excited about something, or you're excited about trying something different, and this person's just like, I don't believe it, I don't see it, I don't want to hear it. They're just guarded and they're closed off to your ideas and to what you think. And maybe it's time to put this person aside for a while and just believe in your own self, you know, because if there are people in your life, and perhaps there is family members, brothers. I'm thinking of a friend of mine who has two brothers who are just horrible to her, horrible. And she tries to tell something exciting that she's doing, and they're just like, you know, they just really treat her like crap about it, and they don't want to hear it. Perhaps you guys are dealing with somebody at work like that, or somebody in your family that is like that, and you just, no matter what you do, they just will not listen. They will not, they're not open, and it just feels like every time you try to say something, they shut you down. And yeah, so let's go ahead and see. We've got decisions here, all right? And perhaps some of you are trying to talk to somebody about a decision that you need to make when it comes to a new opportunity or a new path that you have, and you're needing to make some important decisions, but this person just isn't, they're not helping, and they're not like assisting you with anything, or they're not listening. Okay, but I think you guys are in a really good position to make some good decisions for yourself. Ace of Swords, okay? So I don't know if you really need this person anyway in the long run. We have Azurite and psychic abilities. Azurite is a combination of the 6th chakra with the throat chakra. Yes. The throat chakra with the 6th chakra, or the third eye, making this a good crystal for psychics, mediums, and channelers. If you are a follower of the psychic arts, or carrying or wearing Azurite, can help you communicate the intuitive messages that you receive. Your affirmation, pile number 1, is I am psychic and intuitive. I trust the messages I receive, and when I feel guided, I share it with others. Okay. And I mean, it's not always appropriate to share all the psychic information that we're getting about a situation with other people, because even if we try, like maybe you guys were trying to talk to somebody about a choice they were making with regard to their future and their possibilities or their money, and you were trying to help them make a decision about something, but they were completely discounting your viewpoint and they weren't listening at all. And sometimes we just, you have you kind of have to know when somebody is open to a message, and maybe even ask, are you open to this message, right? Before you share it with someone. That's just good psychic hygiene, and that took me a while to figure out, pile number one, that I don't just want to walk up to, I never really did that because I'm kind of a shy person. I never really walked up to a random stranger and was like, I'm seeing your dead brother come through or whatever. I never did that, and I would never do that to somebody anyway, because that's very like jarring to say to someone. But we have to have a little decorum. But I feel like you guys have decorum, pile number one, and you can tell when it's a good time to say something, or maybe you're working on knowing when it's a good time to say something. And perhaps you guys have some information, Ace of Swords, that you could help someone with something, but they're just completely turned off to your viewpoint, or they won't consider your viewpoint. And it's like, maybe they think you're too woo-woo, or, whatever, but you're very intelligent, pile number one, and you know what you're talking about, Ace of Swords, okay? And if this person isn't gonna, respect you, listen to you, etc., maybe it's time to just move on from that. And it says here, by taking time, the truth will become apparent and you will view the situation in a different light. And there is something here about needing to believe in yourself. If you were able to believe in Santa and the Tooth Fairy, you can definitely believe in yourself. We have here self-love. Absolutely. This is a big thing. And maybe in the past, you were trying to help people a lot, or there was some compulsive behaviors around things in your life, and you're trying to get control of that. Because sometimes when we're really psychically open, it also means that boundaries can sometimes, we really have to learn good psychic hygiene, boundaries. We really have to understand the root of why we need this person to hear us so much. Now, if it's somebody at work and it's like you're trying to put your ideas forth and it's a brainstorming session and they're just not listening, that's a completely different situation. And it's like, like that isn't even polite or proper. Do you know what I'm saying? Pile number one, if somebody's doing that to you at work, that's, everyone's opinion is supposed to be free to say their thoughts and opinions. And if you're doing some type of a brainstorming session and everyone can have their turn to speak, it's like, that is not good. In the workplace, that's very unprofessional if somebody is interrupting you or not listening or that type of thing. But oftentimes with other people in our life that we don't have like a professional work relationship with, sometimes we just have to turn the focus back on ourselves and say, why am I trying to get this person to believe me? Or why is it so important that they believe me, right? And it feels good to be believed. That's probably the first, and it's validating, right? But there is something here about self-love and trusting yourself and trusting your mind and trusting your choices. Okay, pile number one, first and foremost, we have Saturn, Neptune, okay? And interesting with Saturn and Neptune, because Saturn wants to build structures and Neptune wants to dissolve those structures. And so they're completely opposites energies. And, Saturn is very conservative and can be kind of pessimistic sometimes, or wants to look at what's really possible. Whereas Neptune is more like big dreams and big visions about things. And perhaps you and this person are just completely opposites in a lot of ways, is what I'm seeing too. But here's the thing, why Spirit is not impressed with their behavior is the way that they're acting is really mean, is what I feel. And they're being haughty and they're being mean and they're being rude. They don't have to believe everything you're saying. They can have their own mind and believe what they want to believe, but they don't need to be such a dick about it. Do you know what I'm saying, pile number one? And I don't like the way that this person is acting. And it would make anybody feel self-conscious or make anybody feel kind of weird. You know what I mean, pile number one? So I see why you're feeling that way. And Saturn, Neptune can kind of feel like a depressed value on something, or just crying over something a lot, or really despairing over something a lot, or wishing things would be different. But I do think that this person, and I don't like the way that this Saturn is like on top of this Neptune. It's like, I'm going to take all your dreams and visions and just like, it's not valid, or it's not worthy, or what you think or what you dream of or what you hope for isn't a reality. Like this type of thing, like it's very depressing energy when people act that way, pile number one. And perhaps there hasn't always been like the resources there to do what you need to do. And perhaps you have had some disappointments when it comes to pursuing your dreams and your goals. And maybe that's why you like to help other people so much, because there's been some blockages for you. But I do think there are these new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up, and a money path is waiting for you to find it, pile number one, okay? And Saturn, Neptune can definitely have to do like with poverty, or feeling like going without and suffering for other people. And perhaps maybe you've dealt with some of that, pile number one. But I just want, and that can be a position where people are kind of taking advantage of us, or they like being around us because it makes them feel superior. That type of attitude, pile number one. You don't have to be inferior to anybody at this point. About what you want and what you're trying to do. Like, you do not need any interference with that, and you don't need to be made to feel inferior either. We have Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Yeah, and that's what I feel like you guys are trying to do, pile number one, my busy little beavers. Like, you are trying to work and build and create a solid foundation, but I feel like when you try, sometimes it gets like you don't get help. That's the other thing, pile number one, that I feel like it's kind of sometimes feels overwhelming, because maybe it feels like, well, I have to do this myself, or I have to do this on my own, or but I also and maybe that feels kind of overwhelming sometimes. But I also feel like I love the beaver spirit. First of all, it's very Virgo type of energy, and it's very earthy. And it's just about getting busy, laying a foundation. And if you're around people who erode your foundation, or who don't believe in you and what you're doing, it's maybe better to stay away from those people right now, pile number one, and not talk to them too much if that's what you're trying to do. Because sometimes when we're in the early phases of something, Ace of Swords, or we're in the infancy of something, having a bunch of rejectors and naysayers around can be very, defeating, pile number one. And so I feel you have that ability to lay a solid foundation and be a really hard worker and be really dedicated to your dreams and your goals and what you want to do, and to have a good vision for things. And you don't need to sacrifice that for anyone just because they don't understand. Okay, pile number one. We have here the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the 10 of Cups. Ooh, I like it. Help arriving. We have, just when we needed it, right? 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Oh my God, that's 3 10s. 10, 10, 10. 10, 10, pile number one. Very interesting. And 9 of Cups. Okay. Well, I definitely think that you're a very busy beaver, Knight of Pentacles. I love a busy beaver. Don't you, pile number one? Like somebody it's like, fine, you don't want to participate, I'll just go over here and do it myself then. And I honestly feel as time goes on, pile number one, you're going to gather more strength and support for what you're doing. And you know what? Fuck other people. The main thing is if it makes you happy and if you get enjoyment out of it. When you are really happy to work on something, or when you're really happy to do something, it doesn't it feels like freedom. It feels like emotional freedom. And I feel like you guys just want the freedom to like do your thing and be productive and work and see good positive results from the things that you're working on. I also feel like support and validation, all these wonderful things coming in for you, opening up for you when you finally kind of like push this other energy aside and you're around better energies that support you and uplift you. And I feel like support and help arriving just at the time that you need it. 10 of Wands, just when you're about ready to give up, or just when you're like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. It's like help and support and just making sure that you're really enjoying. Like, I feel you guys have, once you get away from trying to talk to these people or please these people or these compulsive behaviors, whatever you've been doing, and you just focus on laying a solid foundation, I feel like you actually like what you're doing and you're really happy with it. And it's bringing satisfaction and fulfillment at a moment in your life when things have been really hard and you need something that brings satisfaction and fulfillment. And that's why, like, it's kind of like your thing, pile number one, to just do your thing and focus on your results. And I love that about the Knight of Pentacles, because the Knight of Pentacles is very focused, and the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady wins the race. The Knight of Pentacles is a busy beaver, okay? And sometimes when we involve a bunch of other people, like, we're doing just fine on our own, but then all of a sudden we involve someone else in it, and then it becomes harder all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean, pile number one, by that? Like, you're doing fine, you're creating things, you're productive, you're busy, you're having fun, you're liking the things that you're doing, and then someone else is brought in, and it's like, it makes it harder than it needs to be, okay? And just at that moment when you're like, I can't do this anymore, I'm about to give up, I feel like help arrives and things are going better, okay? And actually, I love it here because it says a path with money is waiting for you to find it. And it has to do with just minding your own business and validating yourself, believing in yourself, and just focusing on what you need to do, okay? And it also has to do with consistency, because if there are certain compulsive behaviors that you've been doing in the past that you'd like to stop engaging in, it is about getting control of some of those compulsive behaviors or things that you've done in the past that have been kind of self-sabotaging or have taken away from your ability to be consistent with something. That is also being tested a little bit right now, pile number one. But I think you're gonna be so happy that it's like, I like it. I'm able to be consistent because I love it and I love what I'm doing. And yeah, so, and then we have here new opportunities and possibilities and paths opening, and a path with money is waiting for you. And you're going to be so happy, I feel, pile number one. The 10 of Pentacles is the Lord of Wealth in the tarot. And it's represented by Mercury and Virgo. And that's why you see the Mercury symbol right there on this card. But it's awesome because it has to do with making really good decisions that lead to the perfection of something you've been trying to do for a long time. And I love that you have like 3 10s, because I do think like the middle phase is the hardest phase, maybe when you feel like giving up or you feel like it's too hard, but then you're consistent and you push through and you actually make good money, or you start making some money, okay? And it's for you, right? It's not for anybody else. It's not to prove anyone else wrong. It's just for you. And I feel like when you're happy with what you're doing and you feel fulfilled with it, that's when the money comes. It's 7:11 right now on my clock, pile number 1, and I love that. That's my favorite number. I just looked at my clock and I'm like, oh, it's 7:11. And that's my lucky number. So now it's your lucky number, pile number 1. But I see a lot of richness and fulfillment. And the Nine of Cups does have to do with a lot of opportunity. It's a Jupiter and Pisces card, and Jupiter's in domicile in Pisces. It's a strong energy of beautiful opportunities opening up where you get to actually see more money in your pocket, or you get to actually see something finished and accomplished the way that you want it done, okay? And so yeah, pile number 1, like sometimes when we're in the middle of something, it gets hard, or we're faced with opposition, or we're faced with challenges, but I think you're going to be fine. I think you're going to go right through it. And the best thing is laying a solid foundation, being that beaver spirit. Okay. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to get some initials here to verify your reading, pile number 1. If you're like, ooh, who is this person? Or multiple people, right? Who is this person? Or multiple people. Let's take a look. For pile number 1, please, can I get some initials for pile number 1? Okay, we have a Y. Yo, you, it's about you. We have an H, and we have a P, hop, H-O-P, hop. If we had an I, we'd have an IHOP, okay, pile number 1, we'd have an IHOP. But anyway, we've got hop, yo, HP, yo, HP. Let's see what else we've got here. Faux, F-H-O, faux, like eating the soup faux. Also, if we had an N here, it would say phony. Okay, so somebody acting phony around you as well. Maybe acting like they're listening, but they're not really. Very phony behavior. Oh, that's a good idea, but then totally like not even... just really phony, pile number 2 or pile number 1. Maybe some of you were dealing with somebody very phony, and Spirit hates that anyway. Like, it's just dumb. We have Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y, or Bob or Bobby here. We also have B-O-B-B, boob or booby. Somebody's acting like a booby boob, pile number 1. And let's see what else. Spirit's funny. We have a K, a K, a K, and we have a W, a W. Okay. Y, W-H-Y, why? Why is this person so phony? Why, right? I feel like, you know, that is something that, I mean, they are. That's the thing. It's not, and I said this to a friend the other day, sometimes it's not about asking why all the time. Sometimes it's just they are, and it's like, okay. And I also see boy here, boy, phony boy. The boy is phony. Yeah, so definitely seeing, like I said, a masculine here, and I brought up about my friend with her 2 brothers, and it may not be a brother thing for you, but definitely a phony masculine energy coming in, somebody that's immature or closed off or doesn't, you know, just an immature attitude. We have book, B-O-O-K. Perhaps some of you like to write, or you are into books, or you just are into all that stuff. And we have a G here, a G. Bog. Let's see, if we had an I, we'd have pig, boy pig, pig boy. Okay, pig boy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so mean, pile number 1. You guys don't even want to know. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, if somebody hurts pile number 1, I am going to be mean to them, though. Let's see what else here. And maybe this person just gives you like one-word responses, like why, okay, like they don't really say anything. It's just why, okay, and leave it at that. There's nothing, no follow-up question, no anything else. Let's get a couple more letters and then we'll be done here. I'm gonna get 2 more. Actually 3, because there's 3 that, okay, an X. So maybe some of you had an X that was very, that was a boy pig. Okay, pile number 1. I love it. I love it. Anyway, we don't need to concern ourselves with that now, do we? And maybe this person always acted closed off or guarded when you'd get excited about something or you were really into something, and they would always act like your ideas or your thoughts weren't important. We have cop, C-O-P, so maybe somebody, we also have copy, somebody who's very phony, but then copies you back, BK, like somebody who's phony, but then copies you back. That's pretty bad, pile number 1. If somebody's like really phony and is like, okay, and is closed off, but then copies you, I mean, that's really lame, pile number 1. If somebody's acting that way, I mean, what are they, 5? Like, that's just, I'm embarrassed for that person that they act that way. We could have Cody or Colby here is another name that I'm seeing. Coy. Yeah, coy, somebody acting very coy and phony with you. And just like, what? And then we have, okay, so keep booked, B-O-O-K-E. Well, we're missing the D, but I'm booked, or keep book. Somebody could have kept a book of yours, or they're mad because you kept a book. Something about somebody keeping a book. We have yoke here, yoke. And let's see, anything else I want to peck, P-E-C-K, somebody maybe who always like pecked you on the lips and never really gave you a real kiss, peck. And keep a book, kept somebody's book. And let's see, anything else? You know how people write O-K-E or O-K-I-E, like okay, like that, O-K-I-E, maybe somebody wrote okay like that. Anyway, copy a book, like somebody copied a book or copied something that you did or kept a book of yours. Either way, they're not, and here is woke is here. We have woke boy, so maybe some of you have met somebody else that's really, and they're like super woke or super good or fun, and they're like way better than this crap. But pile number 1, ho boy, ho. Oh no. Pile number 1, I am not gonna, you know me, I'll keep going and going. So I'm gonna leave it there. And thank you so much, pile number 1. I hope that that reading resonated with you. And I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback. Take care, pile number 1. And if, for those of you actually that want a personal reading with me, details for how to request one are below. Thank you so much, pile number 1, and take care. Let's move on to pile number 2. Okay. Alrighty then. Get all set up here. Okay. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the lion, and today's reading is called Spirit is Not Too Impressed with Their Behavior. Okay? Boo, hiss, scream. Let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 2, which chose the lion. And stick around to the end of your reading, pile number 2, because we will be doing initials at the end to verify your reading. So let's go for pile number 2. Spirits, angels, and guides. Can you show me what is the message regarding around this person that you're not too impressed with when it comes to pile number 2's life? What is your message around this person? When it comes to pile number 2's life, what is your message, Spirit? Okay. 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Ooh, I like this. This is the vampire deck, and she has her hand on her forehead and her hand to the mirror, and she's like, I'm so sick of this shit, okay? So let's go ahead and see. Maybe the way that this person acts sometimes just makes you sick to your stomach, pile number 2, but we're going to find out more information, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. We have staff you will be taken care of in difficult times, pile number 2, okay? We have here bull, plenty of material things, feeling safe, feeling protected, feeling contained. We have demanding. When displayed, you are most likely making the other person feel inferior. Check your anxiety and depression. Okay, so I feel like somebody has been very demanding with you and has maybe made you feel inferior, pile number 2, and perhaps it has put you in an emotional place where you've been really triggered, 8 of Cups, really emotional, really triggered, feeling some depression, feeling some loss, some feelings of, you know, abandonment, okay, or just feeling a lot of anxiety and depression about a situation that has been, and maybe you feel like you've had to be demanding because this other person's very abandoning or hasn't been there for you, but we're going to get more into it, okay, pile number 2. We have no other bitch can do it like you can. Pile number 2, who picked the lion, the courageous, brave lion. No other bitch can do it like you can. Okay, and let's see. We have here frustration. Restart from the very beginning and scrap anything already tried. The answer to moving beyond this irritation will only be found in exploring new ideas, okay? And yeah, and it's like with the 8 of Cups, feeling very unhappy and just feeling very dissatisfied and unhappy and frustrated with how you feel about something emotionally, pile number 2, and just it's like, I can't take this anymore. And perhaps I'm getting the word beauty right now. So perhaps maybe you feel like it's draining you, like beauty wise, or you're not looking like normally you like how you look, or normally like you're very pretty or cute, or you take really good care of yourself. But just lately, this whole situation has been so draining that, you know, the 8 of Cups could definitely be very much like a draining energy. Like it's a Saturn and Pisces card, like feeling very drained with what's going on. And just, you know, the 8 of Cups is the Lord of abandoned success. So feeling very abandoned, feeling very drained, feeling like there was something good there, but then there's not, and feeling very emotional, like at a loss emotionally. And perhaps it's like you just feel like it's really been taking a toll on you physically to the point where it's like, I feel like I don't even want to look at myself in the mirror because I've got bags under my eyes, or I don't look like myself, or things are just really sucking right now because of the way this person is acting. And yeah, so restart from the very beginning and scrap anything you've already tried with this person. The answer to moving beyond this irritation will only be found in exploring new ideas. No other bitch can do it like you can. Pile number 2. Remember that, okay? We've got air, ace. We've got the Ace of Swords, essentially Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? And we talked about exploring new ideas and a new way to approach a situation, okay? And maybe somebody did make you feel really low or inferior as well, okay? And I'm also getting maybe somebody feeling a little bit of embarrassed. Maybe you were a little embarrassed because you felt like you were being too demanding, or you felt like you were asking for too much. But honestly, like, anyway, pile number 2. But let's keep going. We've got comfort zone, south node, and clinging. Okay, so clinging on to something, or clinging on to what we know, or clinging on to what is comfortable, and kind of like staying in something even though we're not happy with it because it feels comfortable. Okay, and also the South Node can be a point of where our health isn't doing as well, and can be a very sensitive point health wise, and perhaps some of you are not feeling the best, or you haven't been feeling the best, and perhaps you've had a cough. I'm getting somebody who could have had a cough or a dry throat as well. Okay, and I'm also seeing somebody who could be having arthritis pain, or having pain in your hands, or arthritis pain. And the hard part of this is that you guys still have so much, like you have a lot to do, or you've got many things that you need to work on, and plenty of things to do, plenty of material things, like plenty of things to do. But this situation has maybe been like eroding your health a little bit, pile number 2. So I don't like that at all. We have the blue calcite, the power of the spoken word. Okay, the light soothing color of, okay, maybe you guys do need some soothing right now, some light soothing energy. The power of the spoken word, blue calcite. I'll try to be like soothing in the way I talk right now, pile number 2. Okay, the light soothing color of blue calcite stimulates the throat chakra and conveys the power of the spoken word. Words are like seeds. What you plant takes root and grows and produces crops. Be mindful of what you say, because your reality is created by the words that you speak. Affirmation: I only speak about what I would like to create in my life, thus I draw it to me. Okay, and even more so than that, pile number 2, if you've been, coming down really hard on yourself, or you've been blaming yourself, or you have felt really bad about yourself because of this situation, and it's been very emotionally charged for you, I do think, maybe checking the dialogue that you're speaking with yourself, or how you're talking to yourself, and making sure that that you're speaking about yourself and to yourself in a way that's loving. And it's not always going to be positive all the time. I'm not one of those positivity pushers, pile number 2, where it's like, oh, if you think it, it'll just happen. But I do think it's important to if you find that you're not speaking to yourself in a constructive manner, or you're really down on yourself, then perhaps that is something that needs a little bit of soothing. And perhaps there has been somebody that has been behaving to you in a way that's not soothing at all, that is very and I also feel like you guys could be stressed because perhaps there's been some demanding energy at work, or there's been some people that have don't even care maybe that you've been going through a health issue, or that you've got a tough relationship issue going on, and it's like they're still demanding you to produce at the highest levels with this bowl of plenty of material things. But yet I do think some of you need a little bit of maybe a little bit of time off, or maybe a little bit of a spa day, or just taking a couple deep breaths, or journaling, or whatever it is that you do to because I do feel frustration is at an all-time high, and maybe somebody made you start at the very beginning. Things were going along fine, and all of a sudden you had to double back and start something all over again. And it's been very demanding or draining. And that could be a relationship where it's okay, we had to scrap everything and start everything from the beginning. That could be a project, a work situation where it's the way somebody else is affecting you is making you have to start something over from the very beginning. And it's very tiring. And it's this person isn't really considering the drain that this is having on you, and just expects you to kind of show up like giving everything, or, you know, doing things at your highest level of productivity. But yet I feel you guys need some chill time, pile number 2, okay? And maybe people have been riding your ass and being very demanding and making you feel bad for needing some time, and also just making you start things over and over and over. And perhaps some of you here with this Ace and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, like you've had to be very inventive with the way that you look at things, or you're needing to be very inventive with the way that you look at things. And it does say you will be taken care of during difficult times, okay? Pile number 2, and I see all the little pieces of paper floating around in her head, and maybe there is a lot of like thoughts and things and worrying and anxiety and things floating around in your head all the time. And it's hard to maybe trust that you are going to be taken care of during difficult times because of how you've been feeling. But I do think it's going to get better. Okay, pile number 2, I do. But you desperately need some time to yourself, I feel, pile number 2. And this is a very busy time of year, like the holidays, travel. People are way overcommitted, way over their heads. And yeah, and I also feel that there is an emotional situation here when it comes to love that has been very frustrating as well. And I just, you know, I think you guys need some chill, maybe some meditation. The South Node is very good for like spirituality and meditation and prayer and mantra. And sometimes those things can be very beneficial if you're dealing with anxiety and depression too as well. But let's see here. We've got connect to heart. Yes, connect to your heart. No other bitch can do it like you can. Can you really know how to connect to people's hearts? Pile number 2, you really do. And maybe you're thinking, well, then why do I feel so lost in this situation, or why do I feel so bad? And maybe it's been really frustrating trying to connect to someone's heart here. But let's see what else. We've got Venus, Mars. Yeah, that's definitely romance and relating and the dance of desire. And perhaps somebody is making you feel, with this 8 of Cups, is making you feel abandoned or rejected, or has been very frustrating for you to deal with, okay? And yeah, I feel like it's like you guys want to feel excited about something, or you want to feel good about something, but all you've gotten is like frustration, which is upsetting. Pile number 2. And if somebody truly is draining your life, or you've got bosses that are very demanding, or you've got people in your life that are very like draining on your energy and are not, are not really, because, Venus Mars is very sexual, like somebody showing up it's a very sexual energy, but then there's also this thing of needing to connect to the heart. And to be loyal, there's 2 puppies here. So to be loyal and to connect to the heart, or is it just a sexual thing? And perhaps this has really been weighing on you guys, or you feel like somebody is treating you that way. But let's see what else here. We have Moth, Spirit, surrender now. Yes, absolutely, for your health and for your well-being, and so that you can find a sense of soothing energy around you, and that you're not always being subject to people's demands all the time. Like you need a break, I feel, pile number 2, okay? And if there is a relationship or an attraction that you're trying to force and it's been very frustrating, it is time to surrender now, because if you don't, I feel like it may not have great impact on your health, okay? If something is really stressing you out and worrying you. So yeah, pile number 2. And I don't think Spirit is very happy with this person because of the way that it's had this very draining effect on you. Yes, there's been moments of excitement or like bursts of creativity, and perhaps some of you are working on some creative projects as well, and you have moments of inspiration, but then you have to go back and restart from the very beginning, and it's like, what the F? And yeah, so just saying, Spirit just saying here, clear your mind, okay? Ace of Swords, clear your mind, meditate, journal, do what you can do to take care of yourself, and get some soothing energy into your life, whether like it's, you know, a light that some, you know, it's getting dark early now in the Northern Hemisphere. So maybe like one of those red lights that helps people that struggle. You know, I know a lot of people struggle with seasonal depression. Obviously, I'm not a psychiatrist, pile number 2 or anything like that, but I'm just saying, you know, maybe doing some stuff at your home or doing some things to make yourself feel more soothing, okay? And perhaps people have been speaking to you in a very mean way or a very demanding way when it comes to work and things like that too. And it's just been too much. And I feel like there's multiple people that have been acting a fool, honestly, pile number 2. Like in pile number 1, there was a specific person. I actually feel like there could be a couple of people here, like someone you're dealing with romantically, and then maybe somebody you're working on a project with or you're trying to do stuff with, and it's just frustrating because and just the way people are talking to you, like they don't need to be so mean about it, or they don't need to be so demanding, and people just not having a clue. Anyway, pile number 2, let's see what Spirit has to say here. We have the 3 of Wands, okay? The Star card, all right? And we have the Sun. Ooh, I like that. We have the Ace of Cups, very lovely. And we have the 9 of Wands. Okay. So a message that I'm getting here is, if it's really hard, like, it's like with this 9 of Wands and Ace of Cups, it's like I want to be there for this person, or I want to care for this person, but it's just, they're so defensive, and damn, it's really taking a toll on me. And I feel like you do have like a very sensitive heart with this connect to heart, pile number 2. And I just feel like this person, this door is all boarded up, and she's sitting here with a hammer, and it's like, what do I have to do to get through to this person that I care, or that I'm here, or what do I have to do here? And the thing is that I feel like it's been, and I'm not liking the fact that she looks pretty beat up too, because she's got bandages all over her and she's kind of bleeding. And, you know, sometimes it just gets so tiring, pile number 2, to keep having to fight for what you love all the time. Like it just gets tiring. Like it gets tiring emotionally, mentally, physically. And yeah, and I do feel like, again, the Ace of Cups for me as a reader also has to do with health. And I do feel like you guys have to keep rebuilding something or working on something, and it's getting really old. And I feel like you're sick of it, and you just want to focus on your own health and well-being at this point. Okay. And I actually feel with this Sun, Star, and I like the Star and the Sun. I do. And I feel like you guys are just thinking, I want to get back to like my kick-ass self. I want to get back to like my confident, healthy, happy self. And I feel like the problem is like, I'd rather be anywhere but here. I'd rather be anywhere but in this situation. And I feel like you guys just want your energy levels to come back and to feel, I also feel like with the star and the sun, you want to feel special too. But it feels like you're doing all the work. Like you want to feel special, and I feel like you're also sick of people like not being honest with you, or as well, pile number 2, okay? And I do feel like you're gonna move past this to better things. I really do, pile number 2, okay? I think you're gonna move past this situation and into better phases. And I love the star card, particularly for meditation and clearing the mind. And if other people want to get involved with their ego games or their demands or whatever, it's like, leave me out of it. I don't want to be a part of that. Okay. And with the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Wands is a good card for strong health. So is the Sun. I do feel like if you've been having some health stuff, I do feel like you're going to start to get your energy back and you're going to start to feel more of your vital force. Okay. Pile number 2. And, Spirit isn't too happy because they don't like the way that this person has kind of like dulled your shine with the things that have been going on. And they don't like the way that it's kind of been holding you back or dulling your shine. And I feel like you're meant to stand out with the star card and the sun. Like you're meant to stand out and you're meant to move forward and you're meant to stand out, but you need to replenish yourself first is what I feel, okay? From these situations and from this person. And I feel like regardless of if this person's clueless and they don't know what to do, then it's like you just have to be the one to take the lead and move forward is what I feel, okay? And let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see here. Fresh energy is what I feel you guys are really craving, is fresh energy. And I honestly feel like there may even be in the future, pile number 2, there may even be 2 people that fight over you, or 2 people that want you, or 2 people that are into you, pile number 2. But you're going to get through this phase, okay? And Venus Mars is like really hot, sexy energy. And I do feel like you've got that going on. And I feel like your va-va-voom is going to come back. So pile number 2, let's get some initials here. You just need a little bit of time away to kind of chill and soothe, okay? From this demanding energy. So let's go ahead and I feel you're very independent. You can stand on your own as well. Pile number 2. You really can. We have T. We have W here. TW. We have a P. We have a Q. I'm just going through your initials here. Yeah, and remembering that, like, confidence, right? No other bitch can do it like you can. Okay, confidence. Pile number 2. Let's see what else here. Let's see what else here. We have L. Okay, we have the letter N. We have a B. We have a C. Okay, and we have a G. A G. I feel like the word glow, we're just missing the O, but glow is here. Also gown, we're missing the O again, glow or gown, but maybe you guys look really beautiful, and for those of you that wear dresses, you look really beautiful in a dress, or you really have a glow about you. But ever since this situation's been going on, you feel dead inside, or you feel like it's taken away some of your shine or some of your glow, but I definitely think you're gonna get that back, okay? Pile number 2, let's see what else here. Okay, we're missing the A, but I just feel like I got something about like ATL or Atlanta. So maybe somebody here is from there, or you know someone from there. But let's see what else. I'm also seeing somebody who works at a bank is what I'm seeing here too. Maybe there's somebody that works at a bank in this situation. We have an R, grown. I also feel like you're ready to step up and be a leader, 3 of Wands, and you're a grown person. And you don't need to put up with this anyway. You're grown, okay? And get that R on there right. We have an I. We have ring. Wow, ring. I kind of feel like the ringleader or something. Like you can definitely, I feel like you spice up any situation with Venus, Mars. Pile number 2, but lately it just hasn't felt that way because of this situation. And I get it. I really do. Maybe you feel like somebody like ruined that or like ruined, you know, but there's a winner, WINNR, winner, but you're the winner. You come out on top. You come out the winner. RIP, rest in peace. When you let go of something here, you come out as the winner. Okay. And big winner, that's you, big winner. You're the big winner in this situation, and you have the ability to be a big winner in your life and not have to deal with this frustration anymore. But part of that is exploring new ideas like we talked about. And let's see what else here. Anything else for initials that I want to bring up? Okay, till winter. I feel like something till winter. You need to keep taking it easy here. And let's get this. Oh, and the last letter is an X. Okay, so maybe ever since there's been a situation with an ex or somebody you used to date that you're just frustrated because you have to start over and you're feeling sick of it. And I also see girl here. Maybe somebody has an ex that's a girl. Okay. That's interesting for those of you watching this, for my LGBTQ folks, or my men that watch as well too. But yeah, ever since this person, it's been hard, and maybe it's been really hard, 9 of Wands, Ace of Cups, to kind of open yourself up, or it's been hard to explore new ideas, or you feel like your usual excited, feisty, sexual self, 3 of Wands, you know, Venus and Aries here, or Venus and Mars here, like you haven't been your usual kind of boom, you know, but you are the win. Listen, girl, you're the winner, okay, is what it says here. Girl, winner, you're the winner. And no other bitch can do it like you can, okay? And perhaps maybe some of you are not wanting to deal with the feelings or work through them, but it's like, okay, connect to your heart, be calm. You're going to get through this. I feel pile number 2, and you're going to come out on top, and you're going to come out the winner. And anyway, let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to bring up with regard to, I think that was about it. So pile number 2, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Do let me know in the comments how you felt about the reading, and if it resonated for you. I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback about the reading. Thank you so much, pile number 2, and wish you all of the best, my friends. Let's go ahead and move on to pile number 3. Okay, let's do it. Let's go ahead and do it as we get ready for pile number 3. Alrighty then. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the owl, and today's reading is called Spirit is Not Too Impressed with This Person. Boo hiss, okay? Pile number 3, we're going to go ahead and get into your reading, and we'll do initials at the end of your pile, so do stick around for that. And let's go ahead and let's go ahead and take a look-see here for my pile number 3s. Spirit, what's your message to pile number 3 regarding this person that you are not too impressed with when it comes to pile number 3? What is your message when it comes to this person, please, Spirit? What is your message? Okay. All right, pile number 3, let's go. We've got the 9 of Wands, feeling stuck, feeling hard done by, feeling like, oh my God, this shit's never gonna end. And what can I even do? And I'm exhausted. We're in that 9 of Wands territory, but you certainly have been strong. Pile number 3, and the 9 of Wands is the Lord of great strength, and so you definitely, no one can accuse you of not having a backbone or not being a strong person, because you definitely are. And I think you're the type of person that meets challenges head on. It's just getting old. So let's go ahead and see what's going on here. We've got a dark man, okay? So somebody who is darker complected, or somebody who just isn't like somebody who's not good is what's coming through here. Dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair, or dealing with somebody, a toxic man perhaps, pile number 3. We've got Rose. Romance is in the air. Oh boy. Okay. So somebody who was seducing my pile number 3s. We have selfish. Wow. So this person is selfish and wrapped up in their own desires, and they need to try looking at and caring about the needs of other people more than they've been doing. Pile number 3. Okay, this is a selfish man, or it doesn't have to be a man, but this is a selfish person with dark hair or a dark complexion that is being very selfish and wrapped up in their own desires. Jeez, pile number 3. We've got ask yourself if it will matter 10 years from now. If it won't, don't sweat it. Pile number 3, if I could go back and give this advice to like my 25-year-old self who was like, oh my God, they don't like me or whatever. If I could just see myself now at 43 and be like, bitch, I don't care, you know? Like, who is that person anyway? I don't even remember their name. Like, why was it such a big deal to me then, you know? But, and sometimes we need a little bit of humor. We need to laugh at situations because they're just so aggravating. We need to kind of lighten it up a little bit. But perhaps some of you did run into somebody that was very irritating, and you're proud of yourself, 9 of Wands, because you stood your ground and you were very firm with your decision, but it still pissed you off, or it still made you very mad, okay? We have here baffled. Sometimes a little confusion allows us the opportunity to explore different ways that we may not have previously considered. Like, why did this person behave that way? And I think you guys are kind of already like, yeah, I'm trying not to care. And in 10 years, I know I'm just going to be over. Like, I'm not wasting 10 years of my life, you know, caring about this selfish person that obviously thinks that they're like God's gift to whoever, and then they're all selfish and wrapped up in what they want. And maybe you're just baffled, like, how could somebody be so selfish, or how could somebody be such a dick, you know? Pile number 3, but it says don't sweat it here. Like, ask yourself if this is gonna matter 10 years from now, and if it's not, don't sweat it, okay? We've got renewal and spark, okay? So perhaps this person came back and tried to get some type of spark going up with you again. And we have attraction, Mars and hot. And so this person, I feel like really, because we see the guy here like breathing fire into the situation, coming on real strong. And then we see you kind of like, okay, like maybe, and it doesn't have to be a guy. I'm just saying, you know, ride with me on this here, pile number 3, riff with me here. And I feel like this person coming on really strong, coming in really hot, talking, telling you, ooh, I want you, ooh, I like you, ooh, I'm into you, ooh, I want this. And you're like, ooh, okay. And you're thinking, oh, this is like the beginning or the spark of spark of a little something. And I feel like this person came on like really strong, or really put the moves on you big time, or really like laid it on thick, or really pursued you kind of hard. And it's like, so you thought, okay, maybe it is safe to like talk to this person or renew this spark, or to get the conversation going again, but then it turns out they're still the same selfish prick that they were before. We have malachite and healing, okay? So we've got the malachite stone. Malachite is a green stone, so it's very great for the heart chakra. But it says malachite is a combination of green and black. Green brings physical well-being, and black releases negativity, the negativity that blocks healing. Black is also the color of the root chakra. And of course, when we're sexual with someone, that is like a root chakra hookup, isn't it? Pile number 3. And perhaps, releasing, maybe some of you had a sexual encounter with somebody that was very negative, or that you didn't really appreciate, or that was just a very selfish person. And black is also the color of the root chakra. It gets to the root cause of the condition and brings it up to the surface to be transformed. The higher copper content in malachite helps with inflammation and reduces physical pain. And perhaps maybe this person was very, all about themselves, like sexually, or perhaps they were too rough, or perhaps they were, perhaps some of you felt like inflamed, or maybe this person caused you, because of your interaction with them, it caused you to, maybe like if you have any like autoimmune issues, maybe some of them started flaring up, or you started feeling like physical pain because of the way this, anyway, pile number 3, I'm so sorry, my dears. I am so sorry if you went through something like that. Spirit really wanting to bring you healing as a result of what's happened here, for your heart, for your body, for your root chakra. And it's telling you, the affirmation here is, I release all blockages to my well-being. Perfect health is restored to me now. Okay, and healing in mind, body, and spirit, pile number 3, okay? And sometimes people are so selfish and so messed up, even as lovers, that we come away from the situation feeling very like weird about it. And pile number 3, if that's been going on, I just, Spirit sees the way that this person is, and sees how they act and what they do, and they don't approve at all. They do not approve at all. Not at all. Let me just reiterate that. Pile number 3. We have the seeker here. Yeah, ask yourself if it will matter 10 years from now. If it won't, don't sweat it. The seeker, you're always a person that is going to seek out new experiences and try new things. You're an adventurous soul, pile number 3. You're not going to, you'll be seeking out new experiences in your life all the time, because you're just that type of a person. And so you're gonna move past this for sure. And I don't think that this person was as deep or spiritual or anything as you either. Like, I really don't. And I don't think they really have the qualities that, you're looking for long-term anyway, in someone like a spiritual partner, or somebody who is kind and adventurous the way that you are. We have here Uranus. And here's the thing, like, maybe you thought, oh no, we're both weirdos, or we're both different, or we both have this like, or I went out of my comfort zone, like getting to know this person or whatever. But at the same time, I feel like you're like, well, did I do something wrong? Or you didn't do anything wrong, pile number 3, okay? And there's some big changes that are going to be happening for you, I feel like. And it's interesting because Uranus goes into Gemini in 2025. For the first time, pile number 3, since 1941. So that's really exciting. And I feel like there's some exciting changes. And I know that's not till 2025, but there's some exciting changes and new ways to do things. And, perhaps this whole thing was very sudden and it kind of came out of nowhere and you're like, what the heck, right? And you were a little baffled by it or a little taken aback by like the suddenness of what was going on here with this person. And Spirit doesn't like the way that they treated you, the way that they acted towards you. And if they were like, I don't know, like the way that this person goes about things, pile number 3, is it's really a person with no attention span and somebody who is just trying to get what they want. Do you know what I'm saying, pile number 3? I'm sure you do. We have Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. This is the type of person that you were dealing with that like self-destructs all on their own and like their life doesn't lead to good things because of the way that they are. And at this point, pile number 3, I feel like you just need to pull back from this situation and things are going to change for this person big time. And they may not like that, or they may be very confused about some of the changes that are going to be happening in their life as a result of what happened here in not a good way, if you know what I'm saying, pile number 3. And so I do think you're going to get your comeuppance in this. And I do think that Spirit is just saying, sit back, watch and wait. This person's going to get theirs, okay? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to interact with them. You don't have to even raise a finger. And also, I feel like this person, if you just sit back and let them kind of self-destruct on their own, it'll become clear like what is going on, pile number 3, okay? Don't let them rush you into anything, because that's where in the moment, like it maybe takes you by surprise and then you're baffled, but at the same time, Spirit's just saying, sit back, watch and wait. Like this situation is going to take care of itself, okay? And we've got here, and perhaps this person, just would sit back and watch and wait for you to do everything, or was very selfish in the fact that they wanted to just sit back and wait while you did, after they initially pursued you, they just sat back and waited and wanted you to do everything. And it's like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. We have the 8 of Wands here, the Page of Cups. We have the Empress. Oh, look at you, pile number 3. Look at you. We have the Wheel of Fortune. You guys are looking to make some big changes in your life, pile number 3. Perhaps some of you are looking to move somewhere else, or to travel, or to go someplace different. And this situation's not, and it was so funny to me because it's like, ask yourself if this will matter in 10 years from now. If it won't, don't sweat it. And it's so funny about 10 years because the Wheel of Fortune is number 10 in the tarot. And I think it's just saying you're going to be in a completely different place and you're going to be so far beyond this situation. You're not going to even care. So don't waste any of your beautiful energy on it, because Spirit already has clocked this person and seen the way that they are. And at this point, it doesn't even really matter. Like, they're gone, bye-bye. And you're on to way better things than this person will ever be able to move on to. So don't worry, pile number 3. We have the High Priestess here. Ooh, I love that. Pile number 3. We also have the 8 of Wands and Page of Cups here. And I think there's somebody else that I think you guys are going to move on from this very quickly. And I honestly think that there's somebody else that's a lot nicer, kinder, sweeter, that could be interested in you very soon, or could be approaching you very soon. And I'm going to make a prediction that maybe even someday you may get an apology from this person like way down the line, like way later, maybe. I'm going to say in some cases, maybe. But what I really wanted to draw attention to is I feel like you guys can move on from this very quickly. And I feel like there is somebody else who's like way more patient, way more kind, way more like flows with your energy, way more like engaged with you, and way more like wanting to listen and get to know you and understand you and everything. And for those of you that are also like working on your intuition or working, I feel like your intuition is increasing. I feel like it's quicker, it's moving faster. I feel like you're seeing things, you're seeing the story unfold a lot quicker than maybe you did in the past, and it's helping you guys change and alter your feelings at a much faster pace. And that's a good thing, that you're not getting hung up on something for like ever and ever, that you can see what's going on, read into the situation very quickly and intuitively, and pick up where you left off and just move on. And I think that's something wonderful, that I feel like you're going to be cleansed from this Page of Cups. You're going to be completely cleansed from this, and you're going to move on even quicker than you even thought. And I actually feel like there could be someone else in your life who's going to be expressing interest, or maybe they already have, or there's, anyway, this situation is dead in the water. It's not like, you're moving on to better things. And yeah, I could see you guys traveling to some place with you know, beaches, oceans, Greece, Italy, like if you want to move to places like that, maybe you're from a place like that. But I can definitely see you guys exploring and traveling and hiking and getting into new things. And I feel like your mind's going to be away from this. Okay. It really is. And I'm seeing the number 568, and perhaps somebody's phone number starts with 568, or there's 568 zip code. I don't even know what that would be. I'm also seeing 468 here. So 568, 468. I'm also seeing a 3. Maybe somebody has a March birthday, or somebody's birthday is on the 3rd of the month, but I am seeing those numbers. And your signs are increasing, the way you deal with things, like being able to pick up and move on from something. And you guys are going to be like, I think you guys are going to be very happy with your life, and very healthy, wealthy, and wise. I feel like with this Empress and Wheel of Fortune. And pile number 3 only needs to hang out with winners, because pile number 3 is a winner, baby. And I also feel like with this Empress here, there is something about you that likes to be courted. Do you know what I'm saying? Pile number 3, like to be courted and to be treated softly and to be treated nicely. And I do think you guys are going to find that. And I do think with the High Priestess here, your intuition is going to lead you. Some of you could, because I mentioned Uranus going into Gemini in 2025, some of you could be moving overseas or traveling overseas in 2025. I'm also seeing that, or making a big push into a different place in 2025, and your intuition is going to help guide you that way. But your life is just so big and full of opportunities and better things that I feel like this situation is just going to completely like get washed away. Okay, so pile number 3, that is what I'm getting for you guys. And Spirit sees you. Spirit sees who you are, and the way you treat others. Very kind, loving, generous, caring towards other people, and always willing to share. And Spirit's saying, High Priestess, you will be rewarded for that. Okay, forget this situation. It's beneath you. Pile number 3 for sure. And let's go ahead and get some letters to verify your reading. Okay, pile number 3, let's get some letters to verify your reading. We have you, yes. We have a P, up. There's no place, you know, going up. This Page of Cups is climbing up, and this 8 of Wands is going up, and there's no place to go but up from here. We have T, put up. You're like, yeah, I'm not putting up with that. I'm not putting up with whatever. You know, I don't blame you. There's a Q, pile number 3, put up. Yep. I'm not putting up with that. Strong backbone, like I said, 9 of Wands. Good for you, pile number 3. I'm not putting up with that. Let's see what else we have here. And maybe you put up with some stuff in the past, but you're like, I'm not putting up with that anymore. Okay, good for you. I love that. We have an H. Huh? Like, what is this person? Okay, we have an A there. It could be aha, aha. We also have Pat or Patrick here, okay, for a name. We have a hat, maybe somebody who likes to wear hats a lot. And we have a Z here, a Z, a Z. And we have an O, the Tau, the Tau. Maybe some of you are very into the Tau. I could see you guys with the Wheel of Fortune getting into, you know, different spiritual systems and beliefs. That would be very T-A-Z-O. That's a type of tea. Tazo or Tazo, T-A-Z-O. Maybe you guys like really drinking tea, or you're really into that type of tea. Pizza. I feel like there's an Italian name here, like Pazio or P-I-Z-Z-A-O or something. There could be like someplace Italian there or something, but Pia, Zia, okay? And pizza. You guys are like, I just want some pizza, okay? Good for you. Pile, for pile number 3. Let's see what else here. AZ, Arizona, could be some people from Arizona checking this reading out. I am seeing that. Let's see what else here. Let's get some other initials. Topaz, which is a stone, is also here. Maybe some of you have a beautiful topaz or something. Let's see what else here. Okay, we've got an M, Mia, cute. I love it. That's a cute name for all my Mias out there. Tammy, T-A-M-M-I. Okay. Mom. Okay. Maybe you guys want to be the Empress. Maybe you guys want to be a mom someday and you want to have a kid. Page of Cups. Oh my gosh, it's totally going to happen for you. I feel, for those of you that want to have kids. Yeah. Definitely. And it may happen a lot quicker than you even imagined too, with the 8 of Wands right there. And Mammy, mom, okay, is showing up in this reading too. Hopefully you guys had a good mom and you didn't have a horrible mom. I really, really hope. But anyway, I like the Empress. I feel like you guys are the Empress though. And Pam is also here too. Tom is here. I'm Tom. I'm Pam. Uh-oh, at the top. Him, okay. I do feel like there's some good moms here, or maybe some of you did have a good mom, or there's some decent moms here, or if you are a mom, you're a great mom. I'm also seeing that, not just decent, but good. I'm also seeing Japan. We're missing the N, but I'm also seeing Japan, or maybe we have some Japanese folks joining the reading. Oming, like O-M, like I'm oming. I am Om. I am the essence of Om. Very beautiful, pile number 3, the Empress. I am the essence of Om. I can't do it. But anyway, there's Jim. And I also feel like Brazil could be here. We're missing the B, but I don't know. I just got that for a second. We have home, H-O-M. Okay, home. I am home. Yeah, I feel you guys are going to travel somewhere very inspiring and you're going to be like, I'm home. This is it. I feel it. I am home. Okay, your intuition is going to guide you there. Very beautiful. And we have an S here. Josiah. Josiah is here. Josie, Josiah. An N is here. JSN, and I've got one more letter for you guys for the reading. Okay. Sin is there. Most. Moist. Well, the Empress and the Page of Cups certainly are very moist, aren't they? But we have, I am moist. Very good. Good for you, pile number 3. Good for you. Aim. Aim. Yeah, AIM. Wheel of Fortune. Aiming higher. Aiming higher. Up. Aim. Aim and up. Your aim is going up. The 8 of Wands. Definitely. Scaling new territory. Aiming up. For sure. And let's see, anything else that I'm sure there's a ton of things that I'm missing here, but the last letter that we have is a C. Okay, cats. Maybe somebody here is, I am a cat. I love cats. SC, South Carolina, North Carolina. I am in South Carolina is something I'm seeing there. Mina, M-I-N-A, Mina. And caps, C-A-P-S, caps. And I think that I am in Arizona. I am in South Carolina. I am seeing that right now. Mosaic is also here. Maybe some of you like mosaics or paintings or things like that. I am seeing mosaic. And Moses could also be here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and, oh, sap, S-A-P, sappy. Page of Cups, Empress. I'm a huge sap. Me too, pile number 3. That's okay. You be you, okay? Be the person that you are. Pile number 3, thank you so much, my loves. I hope that that reading resonated for you, and I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback. Take care, pile number 3.